Hello and welcome for this session number 8 of English for Traveling by the Ayuntament de Rubí. Today we are going to learn some common verbs and expressions when we travel, and we will know too some vocabulary about places and the sites that we visit usually as tourists. And then, in the grammar part, we are going to take a look to the verb there are. There is a pharmacy in this street. There are 3 bakers in this town. Okay, so as usual, let's first correct the exercises of previous session number 7, and after we go with all these new things. Okay, let's go with this grammar lesson of there are, part 1. In next session we will see the part 2. Okay, so there are means significa hi ha. In català we say hi ha una farmàcia en aquest carrer. In English we say there is a pharmacy in this street. En català we say hi ha 2 farmàcies en aquest carrer. In English we say there are 2 pharmacies. Are because it's plural. So let's see with some examples. Affirmative first. And the singular. There is a pharmacy in this street. It's like verb to be. Really, it's verb to be with there before. So it gets verb there is. The singular is. There is a pharmacy in this street. So in the plural, there are 3 pharmacies in this street. So 3, it's plural, so verb is there are. This is the affirmative. Let's go with the negative. And the singular, there isn't. You can say a or any bar in this town. No hi ha un bar en aquest poble, o no hi ha cap bar, any, in this town. And in plural, there aren't any, sempre, any schools in this village. No hi ha escoles en aquest poble. We always say any. Sempre diem any. Acostumem-nos. Let's get used to say any. Because in English it's necessary to say. Okay? In next session, in session number 9, we will do there are part 2, and we will aprofundirem in this any and some. But today this is the introduction. Let's go with the question. In the singular, is there a post office near here, a prop? Singular, is there? Remember that when we do a question, we do an inversion. That's why, per aquest motiu, here is not there is there. And a plural, for instance, are there any? We have to say any pubs in this district? We can't say, no podem dir are there pubs. We have to say are there any pubs. Yes, so we use any for negative and for question. Let's see this with some examples. Let's go with next exercise. In this case, we have to put affirmative or negative or question sentence with there is and there are. Let's go with the first example. It's affirmative, so we have to write an affirmative sentence. There are some chairs in the garden. Some, because here it doesn't say 3, 2, 4. We don't know how many chairs, so we put some. Let's go with next. Table. It's one table, and it's an affirmative sentence, so singular. There is a table in the kitchen. Let's go with the second. The second is a question and is singular. Fireplace, only one. Let's remember that with the question we have to put any. And in the question there is an inversion. Is there any fireplace in the living room? That's it. Number 3, it's a negative sentence. We have to use any again. And it's plural. There aren't any plants in the living room. The next question, number 4, it's a question. Okay. Cupboards. we have to say any because it's a question. And it's plural. Are there any cupboards in the kitchen? Very well. Number 5 is negative. Shower is singular, so there isn't a shower or any shower in the bathroom. Number 6, it's affirmative. Yes, shelves is plural, estanterías. The affirmative is shelf with F, but the plural is shelves with V, okay? It's an irregular plural. It's plural and it's affirmative. There are shelves. Well, there are some shelves because we don't know how many shelves. There are some shelves in the study. And that's all. That's how we do all this exercise.
Recording 6.2.
I live in Bath, a city in England. It's a very beautiful place. There are a lot of old buildings in the centre, and there are some very nice parks. Bath is famous for its hot springs, and you can swim in the hot water at the Thermae Bath Spa. I go there every Sunday. It's great. In the centre of Bath, there are 5 theatres and some very good museums, including the Roman Baths and the Jane Austen Centre, about the famous English writer. There are also a lot of good restaurants and hotels, and there's a big new shopping centre called Southgate. There are trains to London every half an hour, and there's an airport in Bristol, only 15 miles away. I think Bath is a great place to live.
Recording 6.2.
I live in Bath, a city in England. It's a very beautiful place. There are a lot of old buildings in the centre, and there are some very nice parks. Bath is famous for its hot springs, and you can swim in the hot water at the Thermae Bath Spa. I go there every Sunday. It's great. In the centre of Bath, there are 5 theatres and some very good museums, including the Roman Baths and the Jane Austen Centre, about the famous English writer. There are also a lot of good restaurants and hotels, and there's a big new shopping centre called Southgate. There are trains to London every half an hour, and there's an airport in Bristol, only 15 miles away. I think Bath is a great place to live.